5 years ago, Volvo quietly planted its electric flag in America with the XC40 Recharge. It was a solid first step, but it also felt like the opening chapter of a much bigger story. Since then, Volvo has been methodically filling the gaps in its electric lineup, model by model, answering one question at a time. Now, for 2027, that story reaches a critical moment with this vehicle right here. Before we talk about styling or screens, there is one question everyone asks about an electric SUV. What is under the hood? Volvo opens it up to reveal something genuinely useful. There is a front trunk, But unlike previous Volvo EVs, where the frunk felt like an afterthought, this one changes the game. Thanks to the all-new SPA3 architecture, the EX60 offers about 3 cubic feet of front storage. That is roughly 3 times larger than earlier Volvo electric frunks. It is deep, well-shaped, and practical enough to actually use every day, not just once to show your friends. Since we are already here, let us talk power. Closing the hood brings us to the exterior design, and this is where the EX60 starts to make a strong first impression. The color you see here is called Forest Lake, a subtle green-gray that feels perfectly on brand for Volvo. Up front, the EX60 is instantly recognizable, with the signature Thor's Hammer LED daytime running lights. But look closer, and you will notice a new split headlight design. The main low and high beams sit lower in the fascia, using advanced HD lighting that can project symbols and patterns onto the road. The grille is fully closed, emphasizing efficiency, while functional lower openings manage cooling with active shutters. Everything about the front end says this SUV was shaped in a wind tunnel, not adapted from a gasoline model. Volvo claims a drag coefficient of just 0.26, and it shows. From the side, the proportions finally make sense for an electric Volvo. The EX60 measures about 189 inches long, with a wheelbase just under 117 inches. That puts it right in the heart of the mid-size segment, similar in footprint to a Tesla Model Y or Mercedes-Benz GLC with EQ technology. It is longer than the gas-powered XC60, slightly lower, and a bit narrower, giving it a sleek, planted stance. Wheel options start at 20 inches, which is what you want if maximum range matters to you. With those wheels, Volvo targets up to 400 miles of range. This model wears optional 22-inch wheels, dropping range to around 375 miles, which is still extremely competitive. Ground clearance is about 7.2 inches, and adaptive suspension is standard here, while air suspension is reserved for the upcoming cross-country version. Small details add to the high-tech feel. The mirrors integrate cameras and turn signals. The door handles use a new flush aeroblade design with a pressure pad to open. A full panoramic glass roof comes standard, flooding the cabin with light, even though it does not open. Around back, the EX60 introduces a cleaner, more modern take on Volvo's vertical taillights. The LED signature looks sharp, and the subtle roof spoiler and sculpted rear help with aerodynamics. It still feels unmistakably Volvo, just more futuristic. At the rear, practicality takes center stage. The power liftgate opens to reveal a clean, well-finished cargo area. With the seats up, you get about 20.4 cubic feet of space. Fold the second row down using the power release buttons, and that expands to roughly 64 cubic feet. That is right in line with the best in the segment, and a noticeable step up from smaller Volvo EVs. Underfloor storage is cleverly designed with a split lid so you can access hidden compartments without unloading everything first. Side. The EX60 leans hard into Scandinavian minimalism. This cabin pairs the forest lake exterior with a dawn-colored Nordico interior, Volvo's premium vegan leather. It is perforated, heated, and available with ventilation. The seating position strikes a nice balance, not too high, not too low, making entry and exit easy. Close the door, and the solid thunk immediately communicates quality. This is the first Volvo built on SPA3, and it feels it. The design is clean and restrained, especially compared to the massive, screen-heavy interiors from some German rivals. A 15-inch central touchscreen handles infotainment duties, while an 11.4-inch digital instrument display sits closer to your line of sight, reducing the need for a head-up display. The interface is fast, sharp, and powered by Volvo's new computing system with built-in Google services and AI features. Navigation is smooth, pinch-to-zoom is instant, and everything feels logically laid out. Wireless Apple CarPlay is included, with Android Auto coming later. Materials throughout the cabin feel premium. Soft touch surfaces dominate, accented by real wood trim and subtle fabric elements. The optional Bowers & Wilkins sound system packs 28 speakers, including headrest speakers up front, delivering an immersive audio experience. Even small fixes matter here, like having 4 proper window switches again, instead of the odd layouts found in earlier Volvo EVs. The steering wheel is new as well, with a squared-off design to improve visibility of the digital cluster. Controls are physical where they matter, and the overall layout feels intuitive. Storage is generous, from the wireless charging pad to the cleverly hidden cup holders and the centrally mounted glove box. In the back seat, the EX60 really shows why this size matters. Thanks to the flat floor and longer wheelbase, rear passengers enjoy about 37.4 inches of legroom. At average height, there is plenty of space to stretch out. Heated rear seats, rear air vents, 3-zone climate control, and thoughtful storage cubbies make it genuinely family-friendly. Headroom is excellent despite the panoramic roof, and the cabin feels bright and open. Stepping back, it becomes clear why the EX60 is so important for Volvo. It fills a major gap between the EX40 and EX90, right where demand is hottest. With up to 400 miles of range, ultra-fast 800-volt charging that can add nearly 170 miles in about 10 minutes and a starting price expected around $60,000 for well-equipped versions, this SUV directly targets the heart of the electric luxury market. Higher trims, like the P12, will cost more, but even then, the value proposition remains strong compared to rivals. So the big question is simple. Is this the electric Volvo that finally brings everything together? After seeing it up close, the answer feels very close to yes. If you enjoyed this deep first look, hit the like button and subscribe to the Next Gear channel for more detailed EV coverage like this. We have much more coming.